this video, I want to show you a version of Adventure Sprite that is going to destroy the meta and ruin tournament with some crazy bestial cards that also crazy OTK potential. Let's check it out. Real quick though guys, if you can hit the like button, comment and subscribe so the YouTube algorithm sees us, that'd be amazing. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Can we do it? Now let's get into the video. We're starting with a ratio of 3 Spright Blue. Spright Blue is amazing. Can special summon if you control a level or rank 2 monster. And then on summon can search a Spright monster. You usually want to search Spright Jet as part of your combo to search your cross, smashers, or your gamma burst, which is really important. Next we're running 3 Spright Jet to search for your spells and traps. Double Cross is the new Spright Trap card, so we're going to run this guy so we can, basically search that card. So I've actually reduced the ratio of my Spright. I've only got 1 red, 1 carrot. I used to run Pixies, but with the new Fenrir and Bestial cards, I just found myself not needing Pixies as much. Yes, it does hurt my Gamma Burst combo, but to be more consistent, I've decided to take it out. Mainly because I want to keep the deck as 40 cards. 2 Swap Frogs, we are still going for the totally awesome combo. I think Toad is amazing, and being able to bring this guy out of Gigantic Sprite is even better. Arguably, you can put it to 3 now because we have the second Angler, because of Sprint, because of Faithful Adventure. It kind of just makes sense at the same time, but again, consistency, wanted the deck to be 40 cards. I've chose 2 Swap Frogs. 3 Beaver and 2 Angler, we'll put that there. So Beaver's great, of course, can bring back a Nimble Beaver, Nimble monster from the graveyard. So don't worry if it gets milled by like a tournament monster. Or Angler, being able to trigger off of Spright Sprint, Faithful Adventure, and Swap Frog makes this card just turbo, absolute turbo, and it's basically the new power spike the deck has. It's like it's got a new identity. Soul Scissors, this is the new card out of Darkwing Blast, giving us some pretty nice popping interaction. And again, interaction, right? That's the main thing. Being able to pop, the Pearl Rhino, powerful spell and trap cards, Thunder cards. Realistically, if you want to play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh right now, you have to play something that checks the meta, right? So you check the meta by using the bestial cards to take out the tournaments. So my package is 1 Sirenair, 1 Druid Swarm, and 2 Magnamort. Now I've thought about doing a second Druid Swarm, I've thought about doing a second Sirenair, a third Magnamort. Ultimately, this is a really small consistent ratio and gets the job done for me. Running 2 Fenrir simply means that we can do that crazy extender into Spright Elf. Fenrir is essentially that body that gets us to Spright Elf. It's the crazy interaction going second. It's good interaction going first if you keep it on the board. And Fenrir is just one of those cards that, it speaks for itself, doesn't it? The price of it is going crazy right now, and it makes, it makes sense why. It's just such a good card. Finally, my favorite part of the deck profile is the Adventure line with the Griffin. Not running the Illegal Knight. I think when Super League goes out the game, Illegal Knight comes back in. But for now, this is what I'm running. That's the monster lineup, that's the Adventure lineup. Faithful Adventure taking out the Angler to trigger that effect. Griffin to protect our combo. There's a lot of good stuff in the game right now and we need ways to stop them. So we use that Fenrir, Griffin, bestial cards, and makes for a really nice package. Moving on to the spells. So we have 3 Spright starter. Specials any Spright monster, you do lose life points and you do get locked into level 2s. But the way you play the deck now, you never really worry about that. I think initially people were. So it's great to special that blue, special that red, special that carrot to extend. Running 3 power spells and traps for Spright. I love Gamma Burst. This card is amazing, super fun to use, goes great with a certain rank 2 monster in my extra deck. Spright Smashers, being able to banish a card, having that removal is great. It's a Mystic Mine out as well. And the Spright Double Cross, of course, being able to just interact with the opponent that little bit more, being that much more annoying. Its effect is actually pretty crazy and can stop a lot of tournament combos because of its effect to reborn something. So it's a really key card in the Spright matchup. Coming up next, we have our playset of Rai of Aramazir, and we have our Draco back and Faithful Adventure. Draco back, of course, being able to bounce cards, does not trigger tournaments. Faithful Adventure doing the Angler stuff, such as the Griffin, and Rai of Aramazir is just a solid card. Next up, 2 Pop Prosperity and 1 Foolish Burial. The Foolish Burial is great because it triggers Angler, helps bring out the Brave Engine, can also send Soul Scissors in a very niche way, but mostly it's just there as that consistency. And then Pot of Prosperity is great because it can allow us to search for any piece we're missing in the deck. We don't run a lot of draw power, so Prosperity is technically always live, and because of that reason we're running at 2. I don't think you want to run it at 3. I think the extra deck is so important that you run it at 2, which kind of just meshes together really well. So that is the spell lineup. Before we move on to the extra deck, guys, if you're liking the content so far, of course, as always, make sure to drop a like. Yeah, let's get straight into the monsters now. Running 3 Spright Elf. Running at 3 I think is a must in this meta, in just the way Spright has evolved now. But the special card, the new card, Spright Sprint. Of course, Spright Sprint able to send Angler, trigger the Angler, special on 2 Beavers. When the opponent is building their board, we can stop it, and we can stop it at a really key point. Let's say they have the Kit Kalos on the field, they want to target, send it to grave, some of them early mill 8. Well, we can do the sprint stuff and bounce it back. So it's a really nice option. And again, Spright with the new cards has turned into sort of a control version. Next, we are running some scary boss monsters, the Access Code, the Underworld Goddess, And that's basically it for my Link monsters with the Sprint in the deck. Personally, I really enjoy the Gamma Burst OTK line. I've decided to take out Avramax. Underworld is, in my opinion, a staple in any Sprite deck. Just the way, maybe it's the way I use it, I just think it's amazing. Such an incredible card. If you have a lot of small bodies on the field, you can get rid of problematic monsters as well, like a Kaleido. So it's really, really good. Running the Dark Charmer as the Link 2 extenders and the IP Masquerena. So these cards just, they do the job. They really just do the job, and you don't need any more than that. I would argue you could run Area the Water Charmer. Maybe when Sprite was more popular and there were more mirror matches, I would say yes. But for now, Dark does the job. And then the Exceed line, so 2 gigantic Sprite. I was thinking about running 3, but 2 seems to do the job, and press summon the Swap Frog, get the Toad line out, or just press summon just about any other Sprite monster to sort out that engine, get that control engine going is really, really strong. Next, this is, you know, the Zeus line. Centauria, of course, triggering the Zeus line, being able to easily bring it out. Downward slapping on as a material is great. And then the last 2 cards, Dagusto Phoenix and Totally Awesome. Toad and Sprite are so synonymous at this point, you know, the 2 things just go together. But Dagusto Phoenix is a card you don't hear much about, and it's a crazy card. I've shown you my other deck, brother, which if you want to see the insight. I've also, this is the deck I piloted to YCS Utrecht 2022, so if you want to see that vlog as well, definitely check it out. It's a really interesting one. I was actually a finalist for the YCS card playoff. I didn't win, unfortunately, but I had some good insight, and you know, maybe that's something you might want to check out. But yeah, this deck overperformed in that tournament. This card just keeps performing. It's actually kind of crazy. You know, some people like the Onibimaru. I like the Dagusto Phoenix. I think because the Faithful line and the Bestial Fenrir line, you don't need that Onibimaru, but you need the Dagusto Phoenix. And that's been the deck profile for Spright Adventure in after post Darkwing Blast, post Magnificent Mavens. Yes, tournament is really scary, but you know, Spright, man, they truck on through, and they're able to create these crazy boards, OTK, control the board, and you know, post side deck we have cards like Dimension Shifter, Red Resonator to secure that game free. And yeah, guys, with that being said, thank you so much for watching.